Way side to side, I feel like I'm walking like I'm drunk.
Our journey began early. We woke up at 5, left the hostel at 6, and started hiking at 7 a.m. The weather wasn't exactly the greatest. When we started hiking, it started pouring, and later on it started to fully rain.
So currently we are 3.7k into our hike. The thing is, we're not exactly sure how long the hike is, so I don't know what parts were covered.
None of us have actual proper hiking experience, and at that point we haven't even reached the actual mountain trail, and we were already getting tired. We've reached Morskie Oko, and this is the point where the actual hike begins. After a short rest and a quick snack, the interesting part began. After hiking for a while longer, we reached the second pond, and after reaching this pond, the hiking became even more difficult because of the terrain.
Since we began at the car park, we have been hiking for 4 hours and 10 minutes, and we covered almost 12k, and it's getting, no joke, really difficult. So this is the high lake, and there's one more below, and there's ways up ahead. Honestly, this place looks amazing. Like, I just don't manage to film everything, but everything looks insanely beautiful. But we always need to keep moving forward, because there's still a lot of way to go forward, and then we'll need to go back down. So we can't just chill, you know, too much. But when we stop to look around, this is something new, something different.
Just in case.
As the hike went on, we got more and more tired, but we still were making good progress. We got a tiny bit off trail at a couple of points, but we got back on trail and just kept moving forward.
We've reached some sort of a peak, but there's ways up, this way, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's people much higher. And
Out of 3 people, only 2 left. Our smart friend, he decided that he's gonna head back down. We're gonna continue.
so yeah, one of our friends made a smart decision to head down, because all of us are really tired physically and prepared for something like this. 2 of us dummies are still gonna try to push up, and now I think it's gonna get even harder, even steeper, and at some point we should reach ropes and chains. I don't know if it's because of the altitude or because I'm very tired, but we had a good rest of like 15 or 20 minutes, and after walking for 2 minutes, like, I am in the exact same spot that I was before the rest. Okay. So this is it. No more rock trails, only cliffs and chains. We've encountered the first chains, which help a lot, because it takes a large amount of load off your legs, and at the same time it's sketchier.
This is definitely
And bit by bit, up we go. We talked to some people who can actually check altitude. So they said that we have only 300 meters left up. So that means that we're around 2.2k right now.
There were a lot of people on the trail that day, and at certain points there would be bottlenecks where, you know, you need to wait for a bit before you could go. The last bit before summit was no joke. It was actually quite scary. The trail was really narrow, and there was not a lot of space and not a lot of things to hang on to. I didn't even actually film too much there because just trying to safely make my way to the top.
Alright, we made it to the peak. I'm not exactly sure which peak is Rysy. Is it this one or that one? But we made it to both of them. So we made it to Rysy. I'm just not exactly sure which one is it. Even though that mountain looks much higher, at least from sitting from here, so I don't know. I've heard that Rysy is the highest mountain in High Tartas or Tatras, whatever it's called. I always mix it up. But it seems like that one is higher at least a bit. So this is the Slovak side, and this is, I know that you can't see it properly, but that's the Polish side. And we're heading down. So it's a long path down, but there's a few sketchy spots that we need to go by, and then it's just gonna be smooth sailing. It's gonna be, you know, a long hike, but smooth. So right now we need to get to the high lake, and we're gonna be just chilling.
I probably could not have been any more wrong. We were already tired physically and mentally, and getting down was much more difficult.
We have covered the most difficult part, you know, with the chains. Now we're just going down, and there's a couple of, you know, slightly difficult parts, and then we're gonna reach the second lake, the top one, and it's gonna be just smooth sailing from there. It's gonna be long sailing till the car, but other than that, it should be smooth. The last thing is that climbing down is definitely much harder on your knees than climbing up. I definitely feel some knee discomfort, not pain, but discomfort. But other than that, I honestly feel great. After 9 hours and 40 minutes of walking, I feel great, honestly. Currently, I am just completely breaking apart. We have been walking for over 10 hours now. We're not too far away from the second lake. So from here it's gonna get definitely easier, but I can see the hut in the very far distance, and then it's another 7 or 8k till the car from the hut. So honestly, I am already battered, and there's still so much walking left to do. So we reached the top lake, which is really good because from here trail gets much easier. Then for a small amount of time it gets harder, and then it's easy. But as you can see, it's fucking raining, which is awesome because it wasn't hard enough, I guess.
What we did not even think about and know about is that when it started to rain, the rocks became incredibly slippery, and the whole path was really slippery. And my friend that's walking in front of me right now, he fell and he bruised his leg and his shoulder. The friend that left earlier, he fell walking back and broke his finger. And there was 2 Polish dudes who, well, one of them fell pretty bad, and I think he said that he's okay, but that spill looked also nasty.
Walking through these larger rocks, I sway side to side. I feel like I'm walking like I'm drunk. and on a very steep and rocky trail. So it started raining even worse, and I'm sorry for those people who are going down using those chains right now, because that should be horrible right now. You know, when I said that when we reach the lake it's going to be smooth sailing, it's not. Fuck, it's not. My body is broken, my mind is shattered. I want to go home. We haven't reached the hut, and from the hut there's 7 or 8k more till the car. I think I'm gonna stay here and live. We've reached the asphalt and now it's just 8 easy k to the car, and then I'm going to sleep immediately. So right now, as I said, we reached the asphalt road. We're walking, we're making good progress. Now we're laughing, joking around, singing. I honestly believe that both of us are losing our minds. We are so tired. Both of our legs are so messed up and so tired. Like, I'm pretty sure we're both like going insane bit by bit. We have been walking for almost 13 hours. We've walked 23.5k, and the car park is still some maybe 2 or 3 kilometers away. Completely broken, completely shattered. 10 out of 10 would recommend. We have been walking for 13 hours and 42 minutes, a distance of 27 kilometers, 27.4k, and we're like half a kilometer away from the car park. And honestly, this was absolutely insane, way too difficult. I think serious hikers like are laughing at us right now, but for the first mountain, for the first serious hike, this was way too much, like extreme overkill.